Without further ado, let's have the primetime players, the 2009 Arthur R. Marshall Summer Interns.
Okay, so these are the 5 interns right here. And I'm Amber Enns. I'm currently a junior at the University of Miami, and I'm double majoring in biology and ecosystem science and policy.
I'm Ben Mills. I'm just graduated with a degree in biology from Arkansas Tech University in Russellville, Arkansas. There, that's me.
I'm Caitlin Lynch, and I can reenact the picture. I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, and I got my undergrad in botany at UF, and I'm finishing up my master's at Florida State, focusing on environmental things.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Baker. I currently attend Aquinas College in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but I am a native of Jupiter. I'm studying for a degree in sustainable business and a minor in Spanish.
Sí, muy bien.
I'm also adept with technology. Oh. You are wonderful. Go for it. Oh, wrong way.
Hi everyone, I'm Shannon Duffy. I'm from Sunrise, Florida, and a recent graduate of the University of Florida. Go Gators!
Go Gators!
My degree is in environmental science, and I minored in anthropology.
Oh, wow.
So as I'm sure many of you know, but just in case you don't, every summer the Arthur R. Marshall Foundation puts on an intern program for college-age students, recent graduates, to get them involved in environmental issues, especially the Everglades in South Florida. And this summer, our group was lucky enough to be able to participate in the River of Grass planning sessions at the South Florida Water Management District. And not only did we attend many of these meetings and learn a lot, but we were actually able to participate in the most recent one and give our own input, which you'll hear more about later. And now we just basically would like to give you a quick overview. And again, we were as brief as possible, but there was so much we've done this summer, it was impossible to include everything. So this is a quick snapshot of our summer. Here we go. Here's Ben.
Alright, so here's the inside scoop of a summer intern. We started out week 1, orientation week.
Summer. And then to round it out, we met with Jim Harvey. Jim represents...
We all came, and as you can see, met each other here in this nice space back in the office, the conference room. As you can see, we all got nice and cozy. And they handed us those notebooks you see, which are huge. And this gave us an idea of just what we were in for. After orientation day and meeting everyone, we dove right into mentoring and the field trips. And this is Dr. Colin with us at the Wakota-Hatchie Wetlands, teaching us about the native bird species. We also spent some time with Christopher McVoy, who gave us some information on the historical hydrology of the Everglades. He's done a lot of research on that and has a book coming out next fall, I believe. We also met with Brian LaPointe, who is a researcher from FAU, and he told us about his research with the coral reef bleaching in Florida Bay, which is also a part of the Everglades greater ecosystem. I'll pass it on to Lindsay.
So all of the weeks in this 11-week crash course on the Everglades had a theme. For week 2, the theme was Everglades Week, pretty apropos. The point of this week is to learn about the Everglades, all of the different biological and ecological processes, and also a lot of the different issues that are going on with it currently. Now, even though it was our second week, it was a week that was filled with firsts. It was our first overnight trip. We went to Key Largo to learn a lot more about the ecology and issues going down there. We were fortunate enough to meet with Dr. Stuart Pym, who is an emeritus professor at Duke University and who's been involved with the internship program for many years. We spent a lovely evening with him. We had dinner and learned a whole lot about his life in the sciences and his work with the Everglades. It was very entertaining. The next day, we were able to go out and get some hands-on experience We went snorkeling in Florida Bay, which is one of my favorite activities. And we learned a lot about the sea grasses and the sea creatures that live down there. John likes calling the Keys and the whole Florida Bay area paradise, and it really is if you've ever been down there. And how everything we do up here affects everything down there. So we need to do whatever we can to make sure that paradise remains that way. We also took a tour of Torrey Island, which is denoted by the star right here. It's at the very southern tip of Lake Okeechobee and the very westernmost part of Palm Beach County. And we did one of my personal firsts, which was riding in an airboat. It was one of the most fun experiences I've ever had, so I know what I'm buying if I ever win the lottery. We took a tour with Boots Boyer. He's been volunteering with the foundation for many, many years, helping plant cypress trees and pond apple trees out at Torrey Island. And we learned a lot about the lake. We got to see some beautiful, beautiful things. It was a really fascinating time. We also attended our first River of Grass meeting. As Shannon was telling you earlier, we attended many of these meetings, and this was our first. We got an idea of the different players that are involved with Everglades restoration, and particularly the River of Grass restoration, which is looking at restoring the area between Lake Okeechobee and Everglades National Park. So it was our first real dive into what we had to expect for the rest of the summer. And then to round it out, we met with Jim Harvey. Jim represents the Miccosukee tribe, and they're right now very involved with the Tamiami Trail raising issue. I'm sure that you've read about this in the paper, but if you haven't, Tamiami Trail is this red line running across the horizontal part of Florida right here. It's right above Everglades National Park. There are a lot of issues there with water flow, and if enough water is getting to the Everglades. So there's a very big debate there, and we got to meet with Jim Harvey to hear some of his and the tribal concerns. So that's a great part of the Marshall Foundation. We get to hear from everyone on all ends of the spectrum and all different forms of opinions on every different issue. So this was really good. We learned about the Everglades, and then we brought it back home to learn about the refuge, as Caitlin's going to tell you. And we have a big folder.
So week 3 was Refuge Week, and the purpose of Refuge Week, well actually there were two primary purposes. One was to show us the links between the refuge and the rest of the Everglades ecosystem, as well as between the refuge and the foundation. Several times during this week we went out with Dr. Tom on canoe trips and obtained hands-on, tangible experience, which really helped to integrate the information, I think more so than any other educational experience I've had in my life. And as you could see earlier, I've had about 7 years of educational experience recently. So that was the primary difference to me for the Arthur Marshall internship. So there were a lot of surprises actually that occurred throughout the 11 weeks, and this one in particular really had a large impact on me. This is a picture from one day when I was trying to go after this pink flower that was in the reeds, and my canoe partner Lindsay was saying, I don't know if this is such a good idea, Caitlin, and I said, no, it's really close, and I was side paddling, and all of a sudden my paddle struck something really hard, and a gator leaped out at me. And I'm laughing now, but. And so here you can see Lindsay expertly back paddled us to safety, and here we are paddling away.
Fast.
And that's just another picture of us in one of our many endeavors in the Everglades. Later in the week we went to LILA, which stands for Loxahatchee Impound Land Assessment, and it's actually a part of the refuge, and it's a testing ground the Water Management District uses for various restoration strategies for Everglades restoration. So you know how they have computer simulation models, this is a real life, simulation ground for testing anyway. And that is a picture of Lila. All right, now week 4 with Amber.